I don't need metrics to tell me that many people do not yet know that applying oils, leave-in conditioners, and even scalp treatments are not the only solution if you want steady hair growth in that your mini braids. What am I saying? Even going the extra mile of being gentle with your hair and using essential oils will not always give you those length goals you are looking for with your mini braids, especially if your curl pattern is tighter like mine. Ask me how. First of all, this is coming from someone who has been through a whole trial and error journey with mini braids since exactly a year now. Don't misquote me, okay? All these things I just mentioned are good, and I don't intend to paint natural hair growth as this very hard and demanding job. That is not my intention at all, but you would agree with me when I say that there are just some hair growth rules, protective style rules that we mostly cannot understand, such as why tinier mini braids grow my hair longer and bigger sized braids do not, and why it took me a whole year of observation to realize this. But I'm glad because at least you will learn from my mistakes and hopefully you will have a smoother length retention journey. With bigger braids, I always get crown breakage and all. Of course, I don't fully understand why it happens that way, but I have discovered a reason which will shock you guys. I call this the mini braids tip that should be viral but isn't. Well, I don't always hear about it, and maybe the reason is because it works so good, but it's not easy to identify it at first. More than anyone, it is you watching this video right now that can make it go viral. And I promise you, once you hear what it is that I'm about to say, you will agree that this video was worth your time because your length retention game will never remain the same, especially if you have been struggling like me. So make sure you push this video out and help other struggling naturals by sharing, liking, and of course, subscribing to this channel. I'm not capping when I say that combining gentle hair care with all the hair pampering may not be enough to give you length goals. I didn't say length, I said length goals. Why? Because most people will see some length retention, some difference when they start doing hair TLC versus when they never did. For some naturals, simple hair TLC is enough to give them nothing less than 5 inches of hair growth in a year, which is already goals if you ask me. But the question is, how many naturals actually retain this much length in their mini braids? For many of us, hair treatments and all the TLC isn't enough to give us serious length retention due to many factors which I can't begin to start listing right now. So if you are in the category where mini braids isn't giving you those length goals, even though you do gentle hair care with many good treatments, then this video is for you. So now, what is this mini braids hair growth tip that should be viral but is not viral? Make your mini braids extra mini. Many of us naturals wear medium braids under the cover of mini braids. So the question is, are your mini braids actually mini, or are you sitting in the wrong category of braids? Like, why do mini braids seem to grow my hair while larger braids leads to breakage? I'm not a scientist, just a regular girl on a hair journey, but I just observed that when I used to rock larger braids, I would always notice crown breakage and tension. I didn't understand why, but my hair was literally telling me to take it easy. In fact, since mid-year of this 2024, I've been wearing something close to what I call medium braids while thinking that I was wearing mini braids the whole time, and my length retention has been inconsistent because of it. But I have decided that this time I'm going to snap back and return to smaller mini braids. I know that very often we see people tag medium braids as mini braids and large braids as medium braids, and it just gets confusing for the rest of us that are new to the mini braids protective style. But when you think about it, actual mini braids are smaller, and that means that there is going to be less weight on your scalp. Smaller mini braids also allow for more mobility, and you also notice that there is less tension on your hair shaft, which alone can reduce breakage. So if your mini braids in quote feel heavy and cause a lot of tension on your hair, I'm afraid to tell you, but they may not be mini enough, or they just were not installed correctly. Just like me, my hair is finally retaining length on command. When I say command, I mean just because I made this simple change, and this change is the command, guys. And I really don't know who needed to see this video, but I hope you take it as a small motivation. Now, with all of this, I'm not saying that large braids and medium braids do not give length retention. Of course, they probably do for many naturals, but if you have tried them and you're not moving forward with your length retention journey, it's it's time to make a change and switch to actual mini braids. You want to make those mini braids really mini, just like this lady here who is actually me. This is just what I was telling you guys about. Just see the growth on my hair. I believe it would have been much more if I was consistent with smaller mini braids. And also if I didn't have a trim in me. That is just my personal belief, but let me know what you guys think anyways. Finally, by keeping your braids smaller, you can leave them in for longer periods before taking them down. I plan to leave mine in for a month before I take them down. Did you find today's video helpful? If yes, then click on the like button. Do you think there is someone who needs to hear this to up their length retention game? Then of course share this video to them. Do you want to follow for more updates on my hair journey and get notified whenever I have some tea to spill? Then make sure you hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching this. I also hope that you stay good and healthy. Bye.